Welcome to Annual Performance Review Training. In this web-based training, you will learn about the importance of conducting performance reviews, how the annual performance process works at RealPage, and a timeline of events. The annual review process provides formal mechanism in which to review past performance, set goals for the future, and discuss career aspirations. While employees and managers should have these conversations throughout the year, the annual review process creates a common way to measure at talent across the organization by focusing on four main core performance questions. By participating in the annual performance review, you will receive an overall score based on your established goals. This score will make you eligible for a merit increase. Please note, to be eligible, you must have been employed by October 31st of the year in review. The self-assessment is the first stage in the annual review process. Employees will complete a self-assessment, and it flows over to the manager assessment. The completed review will provide the leaders with a rating and ranking. The rating and ranking will be utilized for salary planning, which will begin in January. Here's a look at the different phases within the performance review process. First, in phase 1 is a self-assessment. All employees will receive and complete their self-assessment within Ultipro. During phase 2, the manager assessment, upon completion of the self-assessment by the employee's manager will then complete the manager's assessment. Moving into phases 3 and 4 is salary planning with leader calibration. Senior leadership meets to review rating and ranking and make suggestions on merit. During phase 5, managers will meet with their employees to discuss performance and merit. Then finally, in phase 6, employees will set annual goals for the upcoming year. Self-assessments are an important part of the annual review process at year-end for the following reasons. First, it provides employees a voice to be heard in the review process. Also, it gives the employees the opportunity to identify how they have contributed to the success of RealPage. It also allows managers a view into where their employees feel they are performing. And finally, it assists during the performance review conversation and helps create a consensus and understanding between the manager and the employee. Now, let's discuss the self-assessment phase. The self-assessment is phase 1. All U.S.-based employees must complete their self-assessment within Ultipro. Employees will complete the goals, competencies, and overall comments sections. Once complete, the self-assessment will route to the employee's manager to review and complete. Again, self-assessments will take place within Ultipro. You should expect to receive an email notification notifying you that the review has been issued. After you log into Ultipro, you will see in your inbox an activity is available for action. Simply select the edit link within the activity to begin your review. You can also navigate to your review by going to the Myself tab and selecting Reviews, then selecting the review that is currently in progress. Once you do that, you will see the Goals, Competencies, and Overall Comments section. To start the review, simply select Start for the Goals section. RealPage has established 3 areas of focus for 2016. These are to improve customer loyalty by placing service to our customers as our primary focus, to improve operational effectiveness and efficiency by streamlining processes, automation, and holding one another accountable, and then finally to invest in innovation by focusing on key strategic areas to gain additional competitive advantages. It's very important to understand the company's focus so that you can align your department and individual goals to the company objectives. These areas should be considered on a day-to-day basis as you perform in your role. 4 core performance questions have been created to measure your effectiveness in the 3 areas of overall company focus. The core performance question number 1 will rate how well you have performed your goals and tasks assigned during this review period. This is a measurement to assess your overall performance against your SMART goals and objectives. And it's important to be prepared to discuss specific projects, tasks, and assignments. Think about quality, timeliness, people involved, demonstrated behaviors, and efficiencies identified. In the core performance question number 2, this will rate how effectively you contributed to increasing RealPage's revenue by improving processes and systems or reducing redundancies that resulted in a savings of time, money, and resources. This is a measurement to demonstrate how employees impact RealPage's financial success. This is a chance for you to identify specific processes, systems, policies, practices, cost-saving initiatives that eliminated waste, that you improved or made a contribution toward. Moving into the core performance question number 3, this rates how effectively you collaborated with RealPagers to increase communication, develop relationships, and eliminate silos to drive operational efficiencies. This is a measurement of contributions toward improving communication across RealPage. Think about project teams or relationships built to create trust. And also consider behaviors demonstrated to accomplish projects and retain solid work relationships. And finally, in the core performance question number 4, this rates how well you have practiced the RealPage promise in your daily work life and interactions with internal and external clients. This measurement demonstrates high levels of customer service, financial acumen, and respectfulness to coworkers and customers and leadership. It's important for you to identify specific examples of going above and beyond in customer service, money-saving initiatives, and developing relationships while taking ownership. You can find the RealPage Promise by navigating to the extended homepage in UltiPro in the center of the screen. To complete the goals section, enter a rating for each core performance question. Be sure to enter a detailed comment to describe specific examples validating your self-assessment of the question. Once you have rated each core performance question and commented on them, select Save and Close. From there, you can begin the competencies section by selecting Start. The next area, Section 2, that you will be evaluated on is ranking. Ranking is defined as the ability to be trained or experienced in multiple jobs or work areas, to be capable of moving 1 to 2 roles within the organization in the near future, to use critical thinking skills to resolve business problems. It is a combination of performance, potential, and desire to do more in the organization. Ranking is on a 5-point score. 5 represents quality and accuracy of work output is outstanding, consistently achieving excellence in tasks and goals, and has the ability to progress in career and take on increased roles. 4 is the quality of work is above average, actively pursuing professional development and growth to improve performance. 3 represents the quality of work is acceptable and completed with minimal errors, delivering solid results for all assigned tasks and goals, consistent and reliable in current role. 2 is defined as not as thorough with quality of work product, needs immediate improvement, and struggles to maintain current job knowledge and skills. And lastly, 1 represents being performance managed, not capable of larger role, and selective in amount of effort given. Next, let's discuss the manager assessment. In this phase of the manager assessment, managers are required to complete an assessment for each direct report within Ultipro. Managers will complete the goals, competencies, and overall comments section. And managers will now have visibility to the employee's self-assessment in order to assist with their analysis. Now let's discuss salary planning. So when discussing merit increases, the company is a pay-for-performance organization. These factors are taken into account. First, rank and rating. And second, comp ratio. This is where your salary falls when compared to internal employees and in comparison to external market surveys. Here are a few key dates to remember regarding salary planning. First, the effective date of any increase will be March 1st. To be eligible for a merit increase, you need to be hired prior to December 1st of the previous year. And remember, interns, contractors, consultants, or seasonal workers are not eligible. And any increase will show on the first pay period following March 1st. Let's discuss setting goals. Goal setting is not a once-a-year event. It is an ongoing process. First, create your organizational SMART goals for next year. During your one-on-ones with your manager, identify individual goals based on departmental goals. Enter these new goals into Ultipro and deactivate goals that are no longer applicable for the year. Record performance notes in Ultipro throughout the year and modify the goals as needed. On a regular basis, review your performance throughout the year during one-on-one meetings with your manager, and be prepared for the annual year-end review. Let's take a look at an example. In the core performance question number 1, here's an example of how a company goal becomes an individual goal for the contact center. Your rating will be based on the individual goal. Ways to demonstrate proficiency are through the following: participate in voluntary and mandatory training events, raise your hand and take ownership, and conduct yourself in a way that aligns with the RealPage promise. As you progress through the year, think about the projects, tasks, assignments that you complete. Factors include quality, timeliness, people involved, demonstrated behaviors, and efficiencies identified. Here's another example related to the core performance question number 4, improve customer loyalty. One of the most significant areas for a marketing associate is to improve customer loyalty. If our shop scores are not at acceptable levels, we will not retain and attract customers. RealPage's focus is heavily on customer service as seen in the creation of the Customer Advocacy Office. Through your interaction with customers, you are impacting the RealPage brand and our reputation in the market. As a result, you must maintain levels at 85% or higher to meet expectations. Again, you are rated based on your individual goal, and the weight is 25%. As always, for any Ultipro related questions, please email hris@realpage.com. For performance review process questions, please reach out to your HR business partner. Thank you.